Perfect. I think we are live.
Finally.
I think the Matrix gave us some problems. They probably don't want to hear what you have to say because you're going to make them a lot of money if they follow your strategy. What do you think? What was the problems?
For sure. That's the main problem.
It's not my skills of the software, of course. Duh, I know everything. I'm joking, guys. We had a difficulties. Here we are again right now. Thanks for watching. Maybe now, maybe later. Who knows? But we are here to create a great content. If you like what we do, share it with a friend. Hit the like button. Help the algorithm reach this video to more people. With us is Vlad. And today he will share with us his story, how he started, his struggle, what he went through, and where he is now financially, and his next move. Welcome, Vlad.
Exactly.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hello, Mike.
Thank you for being my guest. And
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Of course, let's start from you. Let's start. I'll give you the word.
I don't know where to start because the story is actually really, really long. So, my name is Vlad. I'm from Ukraine, immigrant from Ukraine. I live in the United States for my last 8. It's going to be actually 9 years in May. So started pretty much from zero. I came with, I believe it's $600 or $800 in my pocket. It was a student program, work and travel. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. Yeah, 2013 was my first year, and then it was just for summer. And then I went back home to Ukraine. And then I just realized that there is nothing to do for me over there. There is no opportunities after I seen like some sort of American life, you know. And then I was like, okay, well, I need to try to get to this program one more time. But everybody was so like people saying that, oh, it's really difficult to get a second chance. Once you've been there, they usually do not approve the visa for a second chance. So I was kind of scared. But still, I applied for it and I got approved. So I was like, yes, it was my 3rd grade at the university. And then I came to the United States, and it was like I decided to stay. Like I knew that I am gonna stay, but my parents they did not believe. They were like, okay, yeah, you will see. So they couldn't really believe in it.
Did your parents visit the States so they have an opinion, or
No.
no?
No, they haven't been in the States. They've tried once to get a visa, but they declined their visa because
Yes.
they that's like complicated, yeah. But anyway, I started my first job was a lifeguard in New Jersey. I was working there with Serbian guys from Serbia. I love those people. They taught me English. Like I knew English like on the school level, basic level, but they taught me a lot of new things, how to do this, how to talk this, how to like the accent. They fixed a lot of stuff. I worked there for 1 month, and then I had a friend, my classmate from university, groupmate, I would say, who stayed in the States 1 year before me. So it was 2014, so she decided to stay in 2013, and she was like, hey, come over here. I live in Ohio. There is a city, Sandusky. It's like a tourist city, which has like a huge like Six Flags, these like American, how do you call them,
Roller coasters, all these theme parks.
roller coasters. Yeah, and it was huge. It's a small city, but for summer, like a lot of people, like a lot of people come in there. So I was like, yeah, I might need to go there because there's at least somebody who I know. And she said that, oh, I have a lawyer who will help you with papers, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay. So I quit that job and I moved to Ohio. I stayed there for 2 months. I was a housekeeper at the hotel. It was funny experience. Yeah.
So
Hotel.
let me sum it whatever you say so far. You came to America because you felt you have opportunities, but did you have a plan,
Yeah.
or it just were moving with the wind wherever friends call you or you decide to go? or you had some plan and you had some idea in your head and you'd be like, I know where I need to be, but I know how to go there? Or
So I always had that feeling inside of me that I do not belong over there, like where in Ukraine, that I need something more, something bigger. Because I didn't see opportunities over there for me. Like I was studying management for customers, like basically management of the borders, where like people trying going through the borders. So yeah, there are some money over there, but I just didn't feel like it. So I knew I had that visualization board where I had the board, and I placed pictures where I photoshopped myself in California. Actually, I even like if I can find this picture, I would love to share with you. So I just was. It was my dream to live in the States. For some reason, I didn't know where I came up with this idea, but yeah. To answer the question, if I had a plan, no, I did not have a plan. No, I did not. I was like what 20 years old. I did not. I didn't know what to do in the life. What I want to do. What I tried a lot of different things. I tried a lot of different jobs, different opportunities, and yeah, so I did not have a plan, and at that moment I was just flying with the wind because my friend called me, so I was trying to like get at least something to like to stay in the country, to like develop myself as a human being, as a personality. So yeah, I moved to Ohio. I worked as a housekeeper, and then like when the summers ended, my friend was like, yeah, you can stay here with us. There is no people, like literally no people, only old people staying there. And she was like, yeah, we can find a job you as a dishwasher for $10 per hour. We can buy you like a car for like $1,500. And I was listening to that, and I remember that feeling that no, it's not what I came here for. It's
yeah, nobody wanna
yeah,
do that job. That's why they offer it to you. It's always available.
exactly. But the funny thing that I guess I like she helped me at that moment, but ever since that we never talked. So I never had a communication with her after I moved from that city. Like never. I don't know even why. She was really nice to me. Like she like helped me a lot, helped me with housing at that moment, helped me with the job at that moment. But ever since that we never had a conversation.
Yeah, sometimes we meet people in life for a reason. It's hard to keep the relationship with them because they split the path in life. But she felt that she wanna help you, and you took the chances. So
Exactly.
it's all it meant to be.
Exactly. And I know you're from Chicago. That's where I decided to go next. So I remember that last day, she had a party at her place, and I came to her home, and I said, I will go to bed early because I have a train at like 3 a.m. And she was like, where are you going?
So you didn't tell nobody, and you plan in your head Chicago is the next destination just because.
Actually, no, not really, because uh, I had this. Okay, so for Chicago, I was looking for a job in Chicago because I knew that I need to go there, and I need to have the ID, like driver's license or something like that. And I was looking for a job, and I found a guy. Actually, it was like Facebook, Russian Facebook of Kontakte, VK. So I was looking in some groups, and it was the job, cable guy. Cable guy. They were saying
Comet,
that, huh?
Comet, cable for the television or for the electricity.
Yes, yes. So cable, TV, and internet installer, pretty
Okay,
much. So I guess it's Comcast over there in
Comcast.
Chicago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Comcast. So I was working. So, and I couldn't believe, because someone told me that do not believe our people, do not believe Ukrainians, do not believe Russians, do not believe Europeans who went there, because they will try to take the opportunity and will make money on you. So I was really kind of like, okay, stay back. But anyway, I moved to Chicago because they offered me the job. So 2 weeks free training, then 2 weeks you work pretty much for free, and then only in 1 month altogether you will start making money. So yeah, I moved to Chicago. That's where I started also.
And during that period, you always had a roommate, I believe, right? You always lived with
Hmm.
somebody. You didn't have your own place. You share a
I didn't.
you share a
Yes.
place. You just pay for a bed. You didn't maybe have a room, or How was all that struggle from the
So
beginning?
actually, for my 9 years in the United States, I never had a shared room. So I always had my private room. Because in Chicago, when I moved there, we found the basement. It's really popular over there because here in California, we don't have basements. Like it's maybe 1% the chance that there will be a basement. Over there, it's popular. So we rented the basement, which was from Polish old lady. It was $900, and we had 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and the living room. And it was at that moment it was enough. Like small little bedroom with the bed, so I didn't pay for the furniture. I paid $300 plus bills, utilities, maybe like $50 or something like that, and it was really good at that time because I didn't stay at home like at all. I worked 6 days a week. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. and came back home at like 8 9 p.m. So I worked 90% of my time. Yeah. But it was a good experience because it was that kind of job that, comparing to work and travel, where I was making $7.25 per hour. So my paycheck for 2 weeks was probably, I don't remember, like $600-700 max, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of money comparing to like our hryvnias in Ukraine. Yeah,
That's how businesses make money, cutting expenses on the low labor.
exactly. So yeah, but
Of
it was an experience,
yeah, yeah. So
and the
how did you feel in Chicago? Did you feel the breeze, the cold weather?
it was. I hate Chicago, to be honest with you. Every time I even go there, like, uh, and don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful city, amazing, but it's just the memories that I have. I mean, I don't have bad memories, but it was always cold. So whenever I go there, I never been there in summertime. I feel like it's just the same gray city, was cold and windy because I moved there in September and I stayed there till the end of winter. So I remember those moments where I was like putting my ladder on the pole, climbing the pole, and it was so windy that I had to hug the pole actually and just wait for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes until it stopped. And then my fingers were like freezing at that moment because I needed to connect some cables at the pole. So I know
Eh,
it's a journey. I know it's not
Vlad,
gonna last forever.
whatever you believe, that's what you see. If you see the
Exactly.
darkness in the city, that's what you believe it is. Like, I know it's dark right now, even the sky is not that like clear, but it's the perspective. For some people,
Yeah,
isn't the
of
right
course.
place. That's why you left and you find your better opportunity in LA, or where are you right now, in California?
Los Angeles, yeah,
Los
LA.
Angeles. Okay. And
Yeah,
you you freeze your ass off in Chicago, and
of course.
and decide to move out.
It's like it's all together pretty much because it was a hard job. I was working 6 days a week. I didn't have a lot of friends because I obviously didn't have time to make friends and go to have fun, to have parties and stuff like this. So yeah, I was just coming from like going to work, coming from work, going to the gym, and that was my daily routine. And then I remember, I don't know why, but I was dreaming about California, about Los Angeles. As I said, I had it on my board that I photoshopped myself near a California sign. So somehow it worked well, and in the end of summer, our managers, they said that, hey, we have a job contract in California, close to Los Angeles, like 40 minutes from Los Angeles. Do you want to take it? So I was like, hell yeah, I want to take it. Yeah, and we moved. It took me 3 days drive from Chicago to Los Angeles. But when I came here, the life started spinning with different like flavors because it's a better job, like a higher payroll. Like I've met a lot of friends, a lot of like girls. It was just like started the life like became brighter, here. And I was like, wow, okay, so this is the place that I
Well,
want
you
to live.
follow your gut. If you follow your gut, you're doing the right
Mm,
choices. Your
I, I,
old dream was California. Maybe that was your mindset telling you go there, check it out, and see how you
yes,
feel.
I think so. Yes. Yeah, and since then, so I moved here in 2015, and this is my base. That's where I started all my life here, my friends, everything is here. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk straight. Now you're into Airbnb business, correct?
Correct.
But you
Yes.
don't own the properties. You only rent them out from the landlords, and you rent them out and you list them on the platform.
Exactly. That's how I started. Right now I started buying properties. I just bought one property a couple months ago, but most of my income, 99% income comes from rentals. So it's called rental arbitrage.
Okay.
And to explain this,
Before you explaining that, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
that's okay.
Explain to people what Airbnb is. Like it's a platform to share
Mhm.
your
So
space.
Airbnb, basically, I will explain a little story about Airbnb. So Airbnb, it's a platform which is created for people who traveling to other cities, states, countries, and the other people host. They provide housing for them. So whether it's a shared room, whether it's a private room, whether it's an entire villa or even an island. So people have the ability to choose their budget, and if they want to stay at one bedroom apartment, they can stay in one bedroom apartment. If they want to stay in the castle, in the private island, they can stay in the castle at the private island. So it's a huge variety on Airbnb right now, and two categories: people who travel, who needs housing, and the other category, people who provide this housing to people. So it's like a hotel, but it's not a hotel, and I can explain you later why Airbnb is much better than hotels.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
don't like Airbnb. As a customer of it, I used to be on a budget when I travel, and I was preferring Airbnb because you can choose different like places based on your budget, as you say. You can even rent an
Exactly.
island. But as I
So
start adding this fee, cleaning fee, all this, like come in early
yeah,
and
I can
leave
explain you.
early. Like, okay, what's the better Airbnb than
Uh,
hotels?
so Airbnb was created, like the main idea why it's called Airbnb, because air stays for air mattress, because the idea was just to rent out the some spaces that you have, either it's a couch, it's a single bed, or like even an air mattress, and to make some money to make it easier to pay rent. That's what the main idea. And then it became so big in the last couple of years that, as I said, there are mansions, villas, homes, apartments, whatever you want to like. Just go there and you can find whatever you want to go. So the main idea of Airbnb is to create the space where people will go to another country, city, state, whatever, and they will feel themselves as at another home. So, for example, if you go by yourself, maybe it's easier to rent the hotel, because hotels or even motels are much cheaper. But if you're going in the group of six, for example, or eight, like friends, you're going skiing or like anywhere to mountains, you want to stay together. That's why it's easier and better for you to rent the entire home, beautiful home with the hot tub, and you can have fun together, you can cook together, you can drink together, you can watch movies together. Basically, you will stay at one property. It's like a small family, and having fun in one big home with all many Airbnbs. They usually have much better amenities than hotels. So for the same amount of money, like $600, you can rent the entire house rather than rent 3 rooms in hotels, or 4 rooms in hotels. If you are a single traveler and you want to stay on the budget, yes, I would say you will choose the hotel, because, or even motel, because it's much cheaper. About cleaning fees, all these services, the thing is that hotel has like at least 10 to 20 rooms. They have a cleaner who is on the salary on W9,
W2.
and it's like full W2, yeah, full-time job, full-time job. So they just paid it what, like $10, $15 per hour to the cleaner, and that's it. With Airbnb, for most hosts who have like one property they trying, or two properties, or even three, four properties, they have to hire a cleaner to do
But
a
that's
cleaning
not
every
my
single time.
problem. I am competing
Yes.
the market, and as I'm a client, I'm choosing the better option. I
Yes.
travel with my girl, and
Mm-hmm.
when we go to a hotel, we want to go in the beachfront or in downtown area where we can explore the city without having a car. Like we don't need the parking, we don't need um, the amenities probably of the, I don't know, like
Sure.
you
Sure.
you have
It
point
just
totally.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Also always not always, but often stay in hotels over Airbnbs because it just depends of what I need in terms of my vacation or in terms of what I'm looking to do in the city. If I'm going with friends, we like 100% rent in Airbnb. Also, if I go just by myself or with my girlfriend, sometimes we choose Airbnb. Sometimes if it's like really nice Airbnb, because like for example, if you want to have a unique experience, like stay in the desert in the dome, for example, you can't find a hotel in the desert which are going to be like that beautiful or that nice. If you're traveling to another city just to enjoy the city and you don't stay in the room, you don't really need to pay these cleaning fees and all this stuff. I'm just explaining you the business model, how it works. And if you're concerned about these cleaning fees, so I'll tell you like right away, these cleaning fees, we do not collect them. Like I am as a host, I do not collect these cleaning fees. I pay them straight to my cleaning company or to the cleaning lady. So like some Russian, Ukrainian, Mexican lady who has kids who wants to make some extra money, I offer her these payments, I pay her to do the job. So it's like win-win situation. Everybody wins in this kind of business. I make money renting out the place. She makes money doing her job, and she makes more money than people in hotels who has a salary, because I pay like 60 to like, it depends on the property. My max cleaning fee that I pay to the cleaning company is $450. So
Per cleaning.
per cleaning, yeah.
That's a nice rate. I may come and clean for you.
That's a huge prop. It's like a huge villa,
yeah.
like 5 bedrooms, like a lot of property. So
And
it
that's the other
definitely
thing
takes
I
some
don't
time.
get about Airbnb. In the description, after you check out, you have to make sure you get the trash out. You have to get your stuff like in order, like put the
You
towels
don't
in this
have to.
place.
You don't have to, but it's like, again, it's just a communication, and you build a relationship between like people. Like for example, for me, even if I stay at hotel, I always take the trash. I have some, like I ate something. If I had a like trash, I put it into the trash can. For me, it's not a problem. Also, when we stay with friends at Airbnbs, even if we're having fun, like we're having drinks, like at the end of the stay, we always leave our properties where we stayed clean, because I don't know, it just like, it's coming from the inside. I respect the rules from the host, because the cleaning fee goes to the person, and basically like her job is to make a turnover, to prepare the property and make it ready for the other guests, for the upcoming guests. And of course, if she coming to a property where she needs to like clean 5 beds, for example, change bedding, change sheets, and wash it and put new ones, and then mop and like do all the cleaning, that's her job, that's her payment. But if people throw a party and they had like 10 full garbage bags of trash that she needs to collect and put it into the trash cans, it's going to take her forever to do the job. So of course, it's not necessary, but every host asks for it. So basically, it's just a relationship between guest and the host.
I believe with that saying right now, I understand. You're trying to educate the customer to respect the property, not to be like,
Correct.
okay, you clean because we want to save money from the cleaning fee. No, we're going to clean the property for the new people, but we
Of
want to
course.
make sure we educate you. Wherever you put the trash, like just take it with you, because that's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly, because many people, for some reason, they if they book an Airbnb or hotel, they think that they can do whatever they want, that this is their property, and technically, for the period that they rent it, it's yes, but again, it's disrespectful if they like there is a, you can agree or not agree. Like I have my house rules. You either agree and book my property, or if you do not agree with them, you just do not book the property and you go to another property.
Yeah,
As simple as that.
basically, if by the time you rent it, it's your property, like respect it as your home, because in your
Right.
home you won't do these things that you're doing in the rental property.
Exactly. And especially, so basically, on if we're talking about hotels and houses, like you cannot rent the mansion on a hotel website. You cannot rent the entire mansion like I have, like in Beverly Hills area, for example. You cannot just rent it on the hotel website. And like hotels, it's what usually like what, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom max. Yeah, and if you have a family of 10, or you have 3 families who wants to celebrate a birthday or make a family dinner, or celebrate the New Year's Eve or Christmas, you cannot do it in the hotel. So they go on Airbnb or VRBO, Verbbo, and they rent entire properties that provide them different amenities. That usually it's a hot tub, pool, gym, like pool to play different games. It depends. Like that's why people choose Airbnb. If they do not agree to how, go ahead.
So you say Verbal. Is that the two
Yeah,
platforms? They're like Uber and Lyft. They're comparative. That's what.
yeah, correct.
Are you listing on the both platforms? The same
I
property?
listen both, but there are many different, like Booking, Hopper also release. There are many platforms, but I mostly use most of the bookings that I receive, like 85% from Airbnb, 15 from VRBO, not like 13 from VRBO, Verbo, and then some other. It's like small bookings or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we touched a little bit about the business idea. How you go to the landlord if they have an association, like not every rental property allows Airbnb.
Exactly.
What's your approach? How you can talk to the landlord? What you're looking for on the market? What's the best property for taking and Airbnb it? And why should I use you instead of I have my own property and I list it?
You can. So yeah, that's a great question. Actually, many people ask that, and this is one of the most popular one. So the ideal property is a single family home which has at least 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and preferably a pool, because in summertime it's just blowing off. It's like you make triple of what you can pay rent. Then this is the ideal property, because again, depends on the city, on the state, on the area that you're at. It's also, you need to check the market. So I do a deep research before hitting up the landlords. Then if you did, like if you figured out what is the ideal audience, for example, to some cities it's 2 bedroom is good. For some cities it's 4 bedrooms, the most profitable. You need to find the most profitable places, and you just go for the similar properties pretty much. Then how do you approach the landlord, and why landlords won't do it themselves? I recently talked about this on my Instagram. Landlords, most of the time, they are investors, so they look for like every single month they want to receive the payments. They don't need to worry about hosting the guest parties and stuff like this. So it's either they host a long-term tenant for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or why would they choose me? Because I offer them much better terms. So I go to the landlord and say, hey, listen, here's my company, this is what I do. I will do subleasing. I will sublease your property on platforms like Airbnb, Verbbo. This is my business model. Here's my reviews. I work with many properties. I show them proof. I have the website. I show him exactly what I do. So I'm with landlords, I'm absolutely transparent, and it's either yes or no. To answer the question why you as a landlord, for example, if you have the house, won't do it yourself, you can, if you know how to do it.
Okay, but you're proving to the landlord that you have a good feedbacks. What if you're a newbie? What if you're a new guy that you're just starting? How can you prove to the landlord that he should trust you and he should give you the property? So you basically you're renting out. I'm sorry for not letting you talk. You basically paying the rent for the month he requests, and you make a contract.
Correct. I signed 1 year, 2 years, 3 years leases. Usually it's 1 year.
And what if the property doesn't make money?
So that's why I do the research before contacting owners. So in the worst case scenario, this is what I think and I do. In the worst case scenario, for example, the property is like $3,000, for example, per month rent, In the worst case scenario, you can still rent it out furnished, because you, like, how do you make money? Basically, you take the property unfurnished, usually it's and then you add value to this property by furnishing it. So you add beds, you add couches, you add TVs, you get kitchen supplies, you furnish the property. So you already added value to this property. So in the worst case scenario, it never happened to me, but you still can rent out the property for the same amount of money to other people for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. There are many different options. But starting, like I started in 2018, I never had this issue. I never had the problem where I was thinking like how to break even the price, because it's always more.
Okay, and how many properties do you have right now? And is it you making money off the volume, or you making
What do you
money
mean by?
like if you have more properties, you make more money, and that's your business model?
Like, of course, if you're scaling, you're getting more properties, you're getting more money. So at the moment, I believe it's hard to calculate, because I was scaling in the last 2 months. I was scaling so fast. I believe it's 23 properties. One, I just signed the lease starting on March 15th. Another, at the moment it's 20. Let's see, 23 properties at the moment. 23, yeah, including some apartments, including some small houses, including some luxurious houses with amazing views, with pools, with everything. Yeah. And so yes, to answer your question, yes, it's by adding volume, by adding more properties, you're increasing your income. Also, how to increase the income is go for bigger and much better properties, and like luxurious properties. But the customer service is much different, and the communication is much different, and as a result, the prices are also different. So instead of renting out for like $200 or $300, you can rent out for $1,500 per night.
Okay, and the way I found you, it was through Instagram, because you share wonderful reels. You make a good edit.
Yes.
And I wanted to follow to see what software do you use, so I can actually do the same reels and reach to more people. However, because of your reels, I found you. What do you do on social media? Why you're sharing these ideas to the people? How can you bring them value, and that's gonna be your competitors? Why you're out there instead of be quiet and be like, I don't want to share this like business model to anybody?
Exactly. That's what I did for the last 4 years. No, not 4, 5 years almost. Because I was thinking that they will become my competitors, and it's going to be not enough like money for me. And that's what many people think, I guess. But the thing is, that idea is that the demand is so huge, and it's growing every single year. So I believe in this idea that there is enough for everybody. It's literally enough for everybody. So I make enough money. I make more than enough money right now, and I'm keep scaling. So I decided, like, okay, I was doing it alone, and you know that entrepreneurship, it's really lonely sometimes. It's really lonely because you don't have people around you who also wants to grow. There are some people, but for example, for me, it's not. It's many people who either do not make enough money or work 9 to 5s, or I want to travel. I like traveling. I want to have the ability, but travel with friends, to enjoy this experience, to not being afraid that okay, I want to stay at $1,000 Airbnb today, but my friends cannot afford it, for example, or I want to rent a yacht or go to some crazy experience and my friends cannot afford it. So,
but you don't want to pay for their experience, because I mean,
exactly,
you can do it once or twice,
same,
but you rather learn, not be the smartest in the room.
Exactly. And I want to surround myself, like at this moment of my life, I want to surround myself with people who are like-minded, who also have this like strong desire to grow, to get bigger, more like people who like actually developing themselves, who actually growing in this life. And it's an interesting stage of my life, I would say. So I decided, okay, what if I will go on Instagram and will try to educate other people. Let's see what will go from there. So I decided to go there and share my tips. But you ask about video. I used to be a videographer. I tried many different things, but also I know how to edit videos. I know how to shoot videos. So I have some experience. I did many videos by myself that you saw on my Instagram, but right now I delegated to other people, outsourced them pretty much from Fiverr.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have people working for you. You don't do the job. You just
I record,
focus on
yeah.
the creativity in recording.
Yeah,
Okay.
I write scripts for myself, which is I will delegate also later to someone else. But for now, I write scripts, I record, but people edit them for me the way I wanted to see.
Okay. And what's the next step in your life? You're in your comfort. You don't put much effort of your time. You don't put much of your time to make money. It's already automation. What is called?
Yeah,
Like all your
automated.
business
Yeah.
automated, all your processes running without you. That's the next step of life that people are looking for. What's yours next?
I cannot say that I am staying in my comfort zone because I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly scaling my business. So it's not that I have like 20 properties and okay, I can relax, I can go travel, I can do it. Because for me, when you stop, it just the life is flying fast. So it's just I cannot rely on this one source of income. It's good, it's okay, but I know that like I need to do more. Like it's never enough for me at this period of life. I know that I deserve more, better, and much better. So I keep growing, I keep scaling, I keep opening these new properties. The next stage of my life will be I want to educate people. I want to get to that level where like I will be on the stage educating people, because of course I can do it myself, like opening properties, but it doesn't give me that feeling inside that I do something in this life that can help other people. Okay, one day we're all gonna die. So what's gonna left behind me? What, Airbnb properties? No. So like I think my idea right now is to help other people, to grow. If I will help at least one person to become financially free, like I have some people who already like following my strategy, who do what I teach them, and they open it not many, like 3-4 properties, and they making from $8,000 to $12,000 like passively right now. So it gives me joy. It gives me something that I feel okay. So probably like I worth more. I can teach people. Yeah, and then in the end of the day, I will start buying properties. So at my like 50, 60 years old, I will be fully retired. My kids will be like my kids won't need to worry about getting money, about how to go to the better school,
You're
about
gonna
better
give them
neighborhoods.
access to life, and they can have the
Exactly.
opportunity to live it as they want it instead of struggle to get to this point that you already
I
achieved.
I will put them into struggle, obviously, because I don't believe in the idea that when you have everything, like when people have everything, they do not know how to achieve their goals. So they will grow with. It's not going to be that easy. That okay, so now your dad made a lot of money, and now you're a rich kid, so you can do whatever you want with your life. It's not going to be like that. It's for sure. Yeah, I want them to have the ability to have their mind, like entrepreneur mind, or do whatever they want to do with their life, but just become adults like faster. That's what I did when I moved out from the country. I become like mature much faster than I would stay over there back with my parents.
And now, since you achieved this level, you realize it's not that hard as you thought in the beginning, and you wanna apply this formula of success to another place. You just wanna move.
It's
Oh
just like a
wow, yeah, I
game.
see.
It's a
It's a
game. So basically, I think it's like in every business, whether it's an Airbnb, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's like selling whatever something, it comes all to selling. Because with Airbnb, yourself, your proposal to other people, to landlords, if you know how to pitch them. If you pitch the landlords, if landlords agree, it's just like a game. If you know that it works with one property and you know how to do the research, you work another property and then another one and then another one, and you just like okay, so it's funny. So and then you go like okay, I will design this one better. I'll put more money into the design. Okay, and this one I want to go with unique properties because I want to have people who will come and enjoy these beautiful experiences. So I started with some like the cheapest apartments, but in good neighborhoods. I didn't put a lot of furniture. I spent maybe like 2,000 for the furniture at the beginning. I put cheap mattresses, no TVs, nothing. It was like very cheap apartments. But at the moment when I was started, no one really knew about Airbnb, as many people, like everybody's doing Airbnb right now. I feel like it's like it's crazy. But at that moment, I didn't have a lot of competitors, so I can spend not a lot of money for the furniture, and I would be making a great profit. And right now, when I grow bigger, I decided to put like my soul into it. So I decided to like make creativity. My girlfriend helps me to decorate these properties to make them like really feel as at home, and people love it so far.
So what's the formula to beat the market right now, since you say there's many people in the Airbnb business? How can you, like,
Uh,
of course, you're a lot of
it's a
feedbacks you're taking and you're growing your accounts, but what else?
the formula is just you need to like it's not about beating the market or you just need to stand out. You need to analyze the market, and if you will use there is a tool airdna.co or airdna.co. You can check the like highest performing properties in your area or in like in any city or state, whatever, and you just look at this property and you understand, okay, so I can make this better and this better and this is okay, so I can just copy and do the same thing. So honestly, Airbnb is not that difficult if you know how to do it. To know how to do it, you need to like do the research, and that's like I cannot say that it's like that difficult as other businesses, as like I don't know, e-commerce. Maybe e-commerce is not someone will tell Airbnb is complicated. The e-commerce is not difficult at all. So the winning formula how to beat the competitors, you just like amazing pictures, amazing property, amazing service, like better amenities, better location.
L-
Location is the first thing,
Low cleaning
and
fee.
you low cleaning fee. It depends. Like you cannot make cleaning fee zero for the property that worth like $5 million. You know, you cannot. You literally can't because people will not work for free. Yeah.
Okay,
So
and
with cleaning,
what's the people that you follow and educate yourself with? Do you recommend to our guests and our audience some books or some people, pages, channels? Like,
so yeah, I love Alex Hormozzi's channel. It's just it blew my mind when I found him because this guy is the beast. It's like I think that this guy is the best one on the internet right now because he's given so much value in terms of how to open businesses, how to deal with customers, how to like for the people who want to become an entrepreneurs. It's like a lot of value. So I learned a lot of things from him. But in terms of Airbnb, there are a lot of people who teach Airbnb, who do Airbnb, but if you can learn from them, yes, I think so. You can learn everything on Google pretty much right now. It's just the thing that how much time you need to put in, how much time you need to spend to learn all this stuff, and will it really work? So in terms of Airbnb, I remember I was watching one guy. He was the very first one. I forgot Sean his name. So he was sharing tips how to open the apartments, and I think he's doing the apartment complexes right now. But my business model is for houses.
so,
So
so how can we give value to our guests to finish this podcast today? Can
mhm.
you give us some websites or some uh, access to some platforms where we can find the contracts which we're gonna sign with the landlord, how we can write these contracts, and something how to calculate which property will bring us the most money?
Yeah, so what I do is research, and this research I can tell you the step-by-step guide. So I choose the city. For example, let's say it's like Los Angeles or Chicago in your case. You need to find out the regulations. So whether it's allowed or not allowed. I go to Google and I type let's say Chicago short-term rental laws, and then you can open the website. Do not go to like a promoted website, but I suggest you to go to the website that has a gov in the end, which is gov, government website, and it will tell you the regulations. It's whether allowed, not allowed, or you need to get a permit. If it's still not enough, you can call the building department in the same city. It's Chicago building department. Call them and ask, okay, hey, I want to do the Airbnb. I want to do short-term rental, because short-term rental is under 30 days. Most city do not require the license if you will do 30 days plus. It's a first step. Then the second step, when you find out, let's say, so okay, they allow Airbnb, or it's easy to get a permit. The next thing, you go to airdna.co. It's not a free tool, it's really expensive, but you can get a free version, and you can still do some research to see what is the max that you can charge, or like in the high season, and the lowest point in the slow season. So you can play with it on the airdna.co. So you can get, bless you, so you can get kind of that feeling what you should expect from this location or that location. Then when you see the best properties, okay, so you decided, okay, I will go with like Ukrainian village in Chicago, for example. I see nice properties. Do not go for HOA. Never go to HOA, because they will screw you up. So look for single family homes.
Okay, so you shouldn't have any association.
Yeah, no associations, because you can get a permit from the city, you can get a permit from the landlord, but if you do not get a permit, or like not the permit, but
access,
permission from
permission,
permission from the HOA, they can go for you, and they can complain to the city, and the city will remove your license, they will block your listing, they will remove you from, it's a lot of different things. So go for single family homes, I suggest you. I mean, you can do HOAs if you can be friends with the president of HOA. You can do apartments, but it's illegal. There is no way the apartment complex will allow you unless you get a permission. So everything has to be like notarized or documented that it's like permitted. You have the permit, you're allowed to do it. Okay, so then you go to AirDNA, as I said, you find the properties, the best performing properties. Next thing, you go to Zillow, the very popular website, Zillow.com, where I find all my properties. Zillow.com or apartments.com, they have houses as well. And I look for the same area that I decided to, according to AirDNA, and look for the same area and look for nice properties. So, for example, I see the house on AirDNA that it's like the revenue is like $100,000, which is what, $100,000 divided by 12. How much is it? Let me open the calculator.
$8,000.
$8,000 per month. And you look, okay, this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with like remodel it inside. It's beautiful. Okay, and you go then on Zillow.com and you look for the houses, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and you find the same property, not the same property, but you look at the bones of the property. So it's remodeled, nice, pretty much the same location. And it's listed for $5,000. So you're like, okay, so this property, it can be a good fit. Then you call the landlord. Not every landlord will say yes to you, because it just depends. First one is the most difficult one, because you don't have the like what to show to the landlord. You don't have the proof. But I actually teach people how to do it even with your first property. So like everybody.
And do you charge for that tools?
Yes, yes, okay. I have it.
Okay, so that's your next goal, to have a mentorship program and to have a training and make a course? I
already have a mentorship, like one-to-one program, and then I will create the course pretty soon, maybe like in the end of March, by the end of March or something like that. So this is another idea, because I think that why I don't do it for free, because first of all, I value my time, and then I value my experience. So I always pay for the services that I need. So if I see that person knows something, whether it's an Instagram marketing, whether it's a marketing in general, whether it's health, fitness, if I see the person put like years of his or her life into it, and right now just train for it, like I will pay for it. Because I know that I don't need to Google and spend hours of my life Googling, searching for the answers. I can just get the person's course or mentorship and I know that I will succeed because I see the results of this person already. So I think that it has to be paid for. There is everything has a price in this life, and of course, my
Nothing
knowledge
is free
will
in
have a
America.
price.
Nothing is free in the
Nothing
entire
free.
world anymore.
And yes, exactly. So yes, and then you call the landlord from Zillow and offer his, hey, I want to do this. This is my business. What I do, this is my business model. Would you allow me to do that? And landlord, it's either says yes, or he asks, oh, can you show me proof? Do you have any recommendations from other owners, or how do I trust you? Or like landlords worry about what? About being they want to have payments always in time. They want to forget about this property for at least 1 year, so you will make them payments. He will not get complaints from neighbors, and the property will be nice in a good shape, and you won't be bothering him. So that's what I tell that, hey, listen, we take your property and we'll return you in the same condition, because we have our cleaning crew, we have our maintenance crew. We will take care of your property. We are better than regular tenants, because I know that if you have a regular tenant who has a family of 5 and a dog and a cat, in 1 year your place sometimes it's trashed. You need to paint the walls, you need to do touch-ups, you need to sometimes replace some bathroom things. So we will take care of this, don't worry. And that's why landlords choose me over the other tenants, even if they already have like approved application. Like I had many times where landlord had like 2-3 applications, was already good to go, but I offer him my help, that I will pay him like always in time, like whatever I just said, and they were like, okay, I would rather to go with you because you will take care of my property.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
You already like I'm ready to give you my property. The way you sound legit. Like, yeah, the points that you mentioned, I don't want to deal with the pets and the something is problem with the toilet or whatever. It's
exactly.
like the laundry
Exactly.
machine is broken.
You as a owner, you want just to, you're an investor, right? If it's not your business, if you have other businesses to do or another job that you want to focus on, you want to give this to somebody, whether it's a long-term renter who lives there, it's a family or not family, or to people like me who will have it regularly cleaned, maintained. I won't be bothering you for like small issues, if it's like a kitchen disposal or the AC or the washer dryer. Like we take care of everything pretty much, which is, of course, we do not take care of major issues, because I don't have an inspector before renting the property, so I do not inspect the walls, the AC, like the whole system. So if it's something major which is not caused by me or our guest, this is landlord's responsibility, of course. But if it's something minor, which is like dishwasher, up to like $300, we usually cover everything. Yeah.
And do you have one landlord you work, so every time he's an investor and he buy properties and you just rent them out from him?
I have a couple landlords who offer me more properties, but other than that, I pitch new properties. So basically, I do not follow this trend that, okay, so I need to work only with one landlord. I choose properties that I like and that will make me profit, rather than going from landlord, okay, so this landlord is offering me another property, I should go with it. No, I do the research first. If this property is not going to work for me, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take it.
So when you have your portfolio in Airbnb, and when the client check on your profile, they can see the rest of the listings. So they want to see only the good listings. Basically, you're keeping your like portfolio the way you want it to be, because that's what the clients see. You don't want to have one trashy place and one luxury place, because they're going to be like, why is that difference?
Of course. So I have I don't have trashy places, actually. I don't have like bad places, but in terms of like cheaper condition, yes, there are properties who cheaper, but sometimes the cheaper property, it can be a cheap property, but in good location, but it can make like much better, like a lot more money than nice property, beautiful property, but in bad location, So yeah, of course, on the website, if I get like the better properties, I decided to like what properties I want to show to the owner. But anyway, all properties legit and they profitable. Yeah.
And do you use now, since you say you're buying a property, do you use now this BRRRR system, like buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and
No, it's not my business model. I don't want to deal at the moment with that. I don't, because I'm not professional. If I decided to start Burr, I know a few guys who teach this, so I would just do a shortcut. I buy their course, I learn it, and then I start doing it if I decided to. But at the moment, no, I prefer to buy the property who are like remodeled, nice, and I just do my job, which I furnish the properties, I list it on Airbnb and make my money. That's it.
Awesome. I appreciate you very much. I know the people who are going to listen this show are going to have a lot new things that came to their mind because of what you just shared with us. And I'm going to leave a link below for you so people can contact you and go straight from there. If they want to looking for a passive income, or they want to move to California, or they have some properties to give you so you can list them in your Airbnb. It's all win-win.
Sure. Exactly. Thank you for having me. It was nice talking to you. It was amazing time.
Appreciate you for keeping like your expectations low because we had difficulties at the beginning, but
It's okay. I understand. This is life, Things happens.
things happen in real life too.
Exactly.
Thank you, Vlad, for being our guest again. Share. I'm gonna share his page, your page. So please, guys, go and follow him.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you.
Nice
Bye-bye.
talking